Well, hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So it is a Sunday fun day for sure. I'm getting out here and working on some haunt projects. What I'm showing you now is going to be a spooky tree. Again, I got these barrels from work, all free. It's what our glue comes in, and they just throw them out. So I've been getting those as they empty them. And you guys, I've come up with so many different things I can make with these. But anyway, right now I'm working on the spooky tree. I'm putting 2 of these bigger ones. You can see these are wider than this one and taller. So I'm putting 2 of those together, and I'm just using zip ties. By the way, if you go to Harbor Freight, you can get 100 zip ties for $3.99. I was just in Home Depot earlier, and they wanted like $22 for this pack of 100 zip ties. So anyway, Harbor Freight is the best place to get your zip ties. Speaking of that, not to get off on a tangent, I did go to Harbor Freight and finally pick up a heat gun. So I'm going to be working with that on some projects as well. But anyway, back to the spooky tree. So I'm putting the 2 barrels, larger barrels together, and then this one will be the top one. And I couldn't decide if I wanted the face there in the middle, in the center one, or if I wanted it up here. And I think I'm going to go with the center one because this one is of course smaller, and I don't think it will be, I don't think it would look as good with a small face up there at the top. So the face is going to go there in the middle, and that's just a rough, you know, drawing with spray paint. I'm sure it will look better than that, and yeah, I'm sure that will change. But anyway, what I'm using to give me the bark look, and this is all inspired by Alan Hops over at Stiltbeat Studios. If you're not subscribed to that channel, you're missing out on a lot. So go subscribe right now. But he does a lot of videos and inspiration videos, tutorials on everything haunt related. So please check out Alan Hops at Stiltbeat Studios on YouTube. They also have a live creepers page you can subscribe to as well. Alright, so back to what I was saying. I'm using this great stuff in a can, and it's already dried up, so that's awesome. I was going to do a little bit at a time and then turn it and do my next section. But this great stuff can be used a lot in DIY Halloween props. The only thing is, 1 can doesn't go very far, but it's not too terribly expensive. But you can see it gives that perfect tree bark look. And of course this will be painted and layered, dry brushed and all that to give it more detail. So that is what I'm doing on the outside of all these barrels. I will hit it really good with some exterior, a layer of black exterior storm coat paint, and then just to make sure, because this is cardboard, but it should, with the exterior paint and the great stuff, it should hold up for quite a while. And this is really you know, heavy duty cardboard. So anyway, friends, I've just got one project after another. I've not really finished one. If we go back over here, I'll show you my alien chamber. Still working on it. It took quite a few days, like 2 or 3 days, to get this glued down with the liquid nail. I don't know if it had something to do with the moisture. It was storming and raining a lot, so that could be why. So now I'm doing this side, and it'll take a few days. You can see there it's still wet, but it'll take some time for that to get glued down nicely. So once that is glued, I'll come around here like I mentioned before, around the edge of that plexiglass with this foam. I may even paint more of that metallic paint on there, but I'm just going to cut this in strips and glue it around the edges here. So anyway, I'll finish that in a little while after that dries. We got the spooky tree going, and this thing is pretty tall. It's at least, I want to say it's probably about 9 or 10 feet once I get it all put together, so it's going to be pretty cool. I'm thinking I'm going to use some pool noodles and PVC pipe somehow, and just drill some holes and put these in there to kind of use as arms, and the limbs and the arms. So yeah, inspired by Alan's tutorial. That's where I got this idea, so definitely check out that video. Alright, and of course we could still have a mess of pallets here that I've been getting from work. Alright, and if go this way, I'll show you the other project I'm working on. Is this ticket booth for the carnival, or Carnival. I've got the base, or the skeleton anyway, made out of these, I don't know what you call them. It's just something I got from work. They're like this square thing, and then they got the piece of wood in the middle there. So yeah, I don't really know what they're called, but they were free, and you can make stuff out of it, so I was stupid to not get them. So I made the base with this pallet here, and then the sides with those, whatever you call them. I'm using the L brackets to hold this together. You guys can see that. And then I'm going to take pieces or strips of the foam board insulation. I've got quite a bit of it back there stored, and I'm going to cut it and make it look like it's an old wood weathered ticket booth. I don't want this thing shiny and pretty, and I want this thing to look like it's been around for a while. This whole section here, if you're new to my channel, this main section here, and it'll go around the garage. This is the carnival or / abandoned amusement park area. I usually do a sewer and Pennywise right in here, but I've got different plans this year. I'm still going to do that. Not real sure how it's all going to be laid out yet, but I have decided that here under this pergola I'm going to put the carousel. And I've got a pop-up canopy tent thing that I'm thinking I can put in the center on top of the pergola there, and that'll give me that peak look, like a carousel would look like. But I chose to put it here because really in an amusement park they would have some kind of little roof over their carousel, or something like this. I'm gonna put lights, of course, on the poles. Sorry if I'm moving too fast. So there will be like a few square pallets here in the center, and I plan on taking 2 sheets of the foam board insulation that you use for drywall or stuff like that. I'm going to put 2 of those together, find the center and draw a circle, a big circle, and that's going to be the base. I'm going to put them both together, It'll be pretty big, about 8 foot wide, and that will be my base to my carousel. I know it don't look like it yet, but I promise. I promise I've got a vision, and we will get there with the carousel. Got some really cool, actually I'll just show you in a minute. Hang tight. Alright friends, so just bear with me. I've got bags of stuff everywhere. My mom and I have been out 2 or 3 weekends now looking for stuff for the hunt. She gets into it just as much as I do. I mean, she really don't like to think about fall and winter and all that, but once Halloween rolls around and we start thinking about projects and stuff, she really does get into it, and I'm just thankful to have a friend and a mama that puts up with my Halloween addiction. So anyway, these are the green things I was talking about I found at the Peddler's Mall. They were only $1, and they look vintage, and for some reason they look very carousel to me, like carousel lights. I mean, of course they're not going to be able to light up, but anyway, they just screamed carousel. They were only $1, so I got every one of them they had. So we are going to use these to bedazzle our carousel. So while we're talking on all the stuff that we got, so you guys may know that I am doing a Area 51 alien research lab scene. So we got these green sheer curtains, $2. We're not crazy rich people, so we usually do, look for the bargains. And all of this stuff we don't get all at once, of course. So this, the past, I would say 3 or 4 weekends, this is what we have collected and both purchased. So to go in the whole alien theme, Area 51, the Army stuff and Navy kind of stuff all go in that same theme. So we found this cool green. I'm not really sure what it is. If any of you all know, please let me know in the comments what exactly this is, but it looked military and looked really cool. So again, not sure what it is, but it will fill in areas of that scene in our haunt. I picked up this hook. Words are hard today for some reason. My mind's going a mile a minute on all of my props, so I apologize. This hook here we got for $9 at one of the Peddler's Malls, and we are also doing haunted farmhouse here in the garage, as well as I'm using the pallets. We're going to have a little barn area over here. I'm going to try to find an old windmill and do a kind of a Texas chainsaw area here, believe it or not. So we'll have the old farmhouse where all of that stuff took place, and then they will go out into, I don't know if I'm going to set it here on the driveway or over in the yard and just put, because during that time all that will be over with. The corn will be harvested for fall decoration, and my flowers will be done over there, so I'll have that section. So I might put or build my barn that they have to walk through over in there. So anyway, Texas Chainsaw theme, or I'm also going to do my pig butcher in here as well. Wow, this video is just all over the place. I apologize. I do not plan out my videos, and I don't edit, so if you hung in here this long, I appreciate you. So something else I found, and again, this was only $9.99, was this old horse collar. It looked very barn-like to me. So again, filler props help pull the scene together. Going back to the alien chamber though, or the alien research lab, we found this heater. Not that it's going to be cold or anything, it just has that look that we're going for. Also found this for the Alien Area 51 Research Lab. I forget what I paid for this, but it was reasonable. So my mom was thinking we could put some kind of liquid down in this tube, have it glowing and stuff, and put like, I don't know, alien parts or different things in there. It just has that look, you know. Let's see, what else? I got something in the car, so let me go grab that. Alright, so my mom surprised me with this this weekend. Last weekend we were out at the Peddlers Mall in Bardstown. That's where we found all of this cool army looking stuff. But we thought this looked awesome. We saw it and we were kind of low on our money, getting low on our money, and anyway, we made more money, so she went back and got this and surprised me with it this weekend. It's just too cool. It's a bay light, but just how it looks and how it's made is neat. That bulb looks super old. Probably not real old, but it just looks super cool, and it all will go in the research alien lab, whatever you want to call it, scene new for this year. And it says it works. Alright friends, just a few more things here I wanted to share with y'all. I might have mentioned this in another video, can't remember, but a couple of weekends ago we went to Caulfield's novelty shop in downtown Louisville. If you're ever in Louisville or around, I definitely recommend checking that place out. It is cool. But anyway, we picked up this. It was cheap. I forget, $4.99. So we'll definitely use that in the carnival. I was thinking, what comes to my mind when I look at this, do you guys remember the, and I think they still have them, the games, well, I can't remember what they're called, but they're like a big squirt gun, and you shoot the water in their mouth, and then there's something in the back behind them that kind of goes up. Again, if you guys know what I'm talking about, please let me know in the comments. Anyway, that is what that reminds me of. So it would kind of be cool to get like 3 or 4 of these and put them together and make one of those games that I'm talking about that I can't think of the name. Anyway, next there at the Caulfields we found this Fallout shelter. It just has that look. This will probably go in the alien scene as well. Also, I forgot about this. I picked this up at the Dollar Tree today for $1. Pretty cool. I'll put some kind of something in it. Also at the Dollar Tree. So I'm kind of going with, I'm wanting to go with gold and green for the carousel. I saw one online that was a beautiful old carousel, and the colors were green, emerald green, and gold. And I was thinking about using these because they're cheap. They're $1 at the Dollar Tree. I got gold and the green, and I might use these for the top of the carousel, if that makes sense. The part that goes, you know, the peak of the carousel, the top of it. And of course they only had one green. They had a few more gold. But I'll go back and get more. Just a few more things, guys. My mom bought these. They were cheap on Amazon. Got some biohazard signs here. Another biohazard infectious material. this isn't like necessary Halloweeny or, you know, scary, but it's more psychological, I think, when you see this stuff in a haunt. And of course, she picked up this Area 51 sign. Of course, we all know that Area 51 is super top secret and restricted, so that is pretty awesome. Not sure how much she paid for it, but I'm sure it was reasonable. And then she picked me up another box of these. These are meteor lights, and you guys might remember, if you've been following for a while, when I was doing my Christmas light video, I had these in the trees out front. So these are cool, kind of like tubes. I don't want to call them icicles, but they're tubes, multicolored, and they kind of like a shooting star in a way. Not sure how to describe it, but anyway, she picked me up another box of these because I was thinking whenever I get around to it, I'm gonna make a Ferris wheel, which I plan to put the Ferris wheel in this island area, like right behind this ticket booth, and it'll be pretty tall. I think I'm going to go with boards instead of PVC, because that is a little more cheaper. I'm just going to go with those 1x2s, I think they're called. You can get a whole bundle of those for a reasonable price, but it's going to go right here, and it does not have to be fancy or anything elaborate, because I still want to make it look like it's been sitting there forever, like it's an abandoned haunted amusement park. So as I was going with that, the meteor shower lights, they kind of fall like this, so I thought it would be pretty cool to put those somehow on the Ferris wheel, if you know what I mean. Like the lights on the Ferris wheel. Alright friends, I have talked your ear off enough in this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to follow along and see my haunt journey this year and all the props that I plan on making, please subscribe. I would really appreciate that. I'm going to get busy and finish my ticket booth. I've got my hot wire cutter that I got from Fear Expo heating up, and that's what I'm going to use to cut my foam boards. Been wanting to use that for a while. So anyway friends, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Hope to see you back again real soon. Take care.